So I've just done something that I've never done before, nor ever expected that I would do. I've actually just bought a brand new handbag without ever seeing it, and it's from abroad. Let me give you a little bit of context and let's open this bad boy up together. I bought this bag actually from Japan, so that already should give you some, I suppose, peace of mind when it comes to just buying random bags off the internet. As you may know from watching my channel, I'm a very conscientious, thoughtful buyer. I pretty much look for all the deals. I'm a coupon queen and do my due diligence when it comes to buying luxury, because we all know today the prices are going crazy. However, I managed to get a great deal because I shopped from a boutique in Japan. It is known as Amour. A lot of you may already be aware of them. They have a huge, almost cult-like following online. I myself, as you'll be aware from hopefully watching some of my Japan vlogs and some of the videos that I have been talking about, this wonderful place in the world. It's just a luxury lover's paradise, and they're all for really good prices. You'll know that Japan is super hot on the fakes. They are very, very well known for being reputable in terms of the legitimacy of items, the authenticity of items. I'm really hoping this is exactly what I ordered online, because this is an item I feel that is incredibly sought after. This came from the Omotesando branch, which I believe has all of their women's wear and handbags and accessories. Just to be fully transparent, this is, if you can believe it, a Chanel handbag inside here. Yes, we do have Chanel, because obviously, you know, I'm a Chanel girl, but also you'll probably be aware that Amour is almost like a specialist in Chanel. In some of the Japan footage that I took for my Tokyo shopping vlog, I actually went outside Amour. I was hoping to go in, however, the queue was almost an hour long. I did not have that kind of time to spend, especially before a dinner reservation. So sadly, I just got pictures of the windows. I'll try and throw up the screen grabs here. This was a beautiful storefront full of Chanel eye candy. It was a luxury lover's dream. I was so upset that I didn't get to go in, but since that point, I've been basically stalking their Instagram and living vicariously through others that have been shopping there. Tons of celebs go there, other big influencers. Not that that really matters, but it really gave me the peace of mind when it came to authenticity. They actually had a Black Friday promotion, and usually as an international customer myself, I would have thought that we would be exempt from this. However, I think it was site-wide 15% off of everything, which is insane already, even if you are a Japanese national. They also had on top of that, I believe, another 10% off to cover the VAT that you would have had to do a tax refund. Obviously, I had to pay import duties and things, which is a bit of a nightmare. More on that later, I'll break down the cost, but I thought even with that in mind, this bag would be totally worth it. So sorry for the preamble, by the way, but I do think it's important to preface what exactly I'm opening. Oh my goodness, it is so much smaller than I thought. So it's in here, and then we have some paperwork, I believe, at the bottom, and it's just a piece of Amour kind of wrapping paper. It's got their business card, so they are in Shibuya. I will throw it up now a little bit closer to the camera so that you can see the details if you'd like to screenshot. It's also got a back bit here as well of their actual location, which may or may not be useful. Maybe those eagle-eyed amongst you will know the silhouette. I think this is the right way because I can feel the clasp. Please be as good as you were on the photos, because otherwise this is a very, very expensive gamble. But I'm very confident, quietly confident, that this is as good as it looked online. And she is in the pink wrapping paper. Oh my gosh. I'm excited, but also a bit scared. I'm gonna peek at it only when you guys can too, so let's pull her out the bottom. It is. This, my friends, is, if you hadn't already guessed it, the Chanel Party Kelly. The OG Party Kelly, might I add. And we've got the authenticity kind of, or returns tag rather, from Amour, so that you cannot return the bag or wear it out and then return it. Isn't she just a beauty? Right, I will make sure to put some modeling shots, close-up shots and things like that to fully enjoy this beauty. But from first inspection, you know what? Japan just never ceases to amaze me in terms of the conditions of their items. I swear to goodness, when I looked on the website, they made out the smallest marks and they said there was a small scuff here or whatnot, but honestly, to the naked eye, at least from just first glance, it is immaculate. We just have the simplest silhouette, the OG Party Kelly. So yes, very flush and flat handles here. We've got a very just flat, I believe it's calf skin leather body. It's very plain. It hasn't got the puffiness, as we all know the re-edition basically has. And you've just got one small slip pocket. It's still very tight, so I don't think anyone's actually used this. And then the bottom, it has no feet, but it's just flat. And then you've got the 24 karat gold plated, I believe, hardware for the Turnlock CC. We have actually gold hardware. I'm not usually a gold hardware gal, but I am into mixed hardware these days. Then you open her up. The hardware is also still immaculate on the inside. And then you've actually just got the inside. Oops, sorry, this tag is kind of annoying. I will get rid of her shortly after I've inspected everything. And you've just got a bit of air paper inside, which I will take out now. And you've just got a pocket here, an open cabin here, and a zip compartment here. And this is actually a bag that was made in Italy, which I didn't know they had back in, what is it, the 90s, late 90s. And so then you have the zip pocket here, which seems to be fabric inside, but everything else is leather lined. Honestly, I was so scared to buy a bag remotely without ever seeing it or whatnot. So my concerns have been well and truly alleviated. To be honest with you, I never thought that I would ever get my hands on a Party Kelly, the OG, as opposed to the new one, and in an immaculate condition as this. I only just recently put up on my wish list video, if you've seen it, that I would be really interested in getting a Party Kelly. Obviously, I know some people may come and chirp in here saying, Mel, you had opinions on vintage, why have you changed your mind? But you cannot tell me that this is a vintage, in the real sense of the word that I really thought about vintage when I'm in the UK. You know, it's usually battered and bruised and very well used or well loved. Some people go for that, especially when it comes to, for example, Louis Vuitton, when people really like the patina and the honey glow on the leather. I'm not about that. So I was really daydreaming, to be honest, and pretty much like throwing in a 1 in a million hope of getting a Party Kelly that has basically not been used. And I will throw up actually the listing of the Amour Party Kelly, and it was pretty much in immaculate condition. Worth noting though that it didn't have its authenticity card or its original dust bag. It is a vintage bag. However, Amour, because of the aforementioned reputation, the fact that Japan as a country is super hot on fakes, I'm pretty confident that this is, you know, the real deal. I also paid with my credit card, so if there's any issues, I will get my money back. And I'm actually just going to take the tag off now. And we are in business. She officially cannot be returned. This is my only second vintage bag, and I think one of the oldest, if not potentially the oldest, depending on when my mum got her vintage bag. But I'm honestly shocked at how immaculate this is, but not only that, the quality, feeling it, it feels so buttery soft, but it feels like it's scratch resistant. I don't know if this is lambskin or not, but it does have the grains of a calf skin. This, now that I have it in my hands, compared to the new Chanel Kelly, is just, you cannot even compare the two. Obviously then with the emergence of the reissued, if you will, Kelly bag, everybody was going insane over it, and obviously that jacked the price of not just the new Kellys, but obviously of the vintage ones. So in the UK, I think some of the listings that I've seen are at a minimum £6,000 or £7,000, up until when I've seen on Farfetch, some of them are a whopping £15,000. I basically had held out no hopes, really, zero hopes getting it in the UK. But I'd always kept an eye on the Japanese market. I do follow a lot of Japanese consignment stores, and Amour being one of them. They are one of the most popular. They always do live streams. They always update their socials with their newest bags, and they obviously have a very vast Chanel collection. And then of course I see many posts of loads of vintage Party Kellys all being held together basically by this one woman. So I just went and checked it out, and I thought the price was incredible. So actually, let me just read you out the price that I paid for this beauty. I will put her on the back here. And it's worth mentioning that the price that I did pay was discounted because it was part of the Black Friday promotion. They, I think, do promotions probably year round, especially now that the Japanese yen isn't doing so well. So in Japanese yen, with all of the discounts and things applied, sadly I don't have on the receipt the original price. If I can throw it up on screen, I will do. I think it was around 100,000 Japanese yen original price, maybe a little bit over. And then they had their discount code promotions, which was stackable, the 15% off site-wide and the 10% rebate for international customers. So then I ended up paying 693,909 Japanese yen, and an extra 5,000 Japanese yen for shipping. So the grand total was 698,909 Japanese yen, which roughly, I believe, converts to £3,700, which is an incredible price for a vintage handbag that is basically one of the most sought after handbags right now around the world. And then of course I had to pay import duties on top of that. So that's not all I wish it was. And so the imports that I had to pay for the UK at least was £860.37, which is still a lot, but it's not as much as if you were to buy this handbag pre-loved in the UK, especially in the condition that it's in. It's almost impossible. So all in all, I paid about what, £4,500, £4,600, which some people will say is a lot, and I'm not going to deny £4,600 is a lot of money to spend on a handbag. However, if you put it in relative terms, for Chanel, for this particular handbag, for this condition, for the fact that it basically got shipped halfway around the world, I think that it is reasonable. This will sell so easily if I ever decide to part with it. And this is something that will endure the test of time. It already has. It's been revived, but I don't think anything surpasses the OG. She is the most elegant. She looks expensive rather than the reissued or revamped Kelly version. I think it looks cheap. Everybody has commented on that fact. This is just something that I can see myself using till the day that I die. Can you imagine old lady Mel rocking this Party Kelly? I realise I actually haven't given you any kind of styling indication or ways to wear or what it can fit. So I will go ahead and do that now super quickly. I am on a little bit of a time crunch. I'm actually going on holiday straight after I film this video. Thankfully, this actually arrived in time for me to go on holiday. I really wasn't expecting it to, but the shipping was super quick. It was, I think I ordered it on the 27th was Cyber Monday. I ordered it on Cyber Monday and it came now, so 6 days almost. In terms of ways to wear, I know obviously top handle is the most classic way to wear. Then obviously you can do just about crook of the arm moment. If you've got a skinnier arm, perhaps it will go over the elbow, but I think that's okay just to have it here, it's safe. And then obviously like that. In terms of a crossbody, my idea is, because obviously it does not have crossbody capabilities, is I've got my Prada Kahir bag. It's like a clutch bag, but it has a strap and it's detachable. So I'm thinking I could potentially cheekily loop it underneath the flap, and then it can just basically, you know, be a crossbody or an over the shoulder movement, which will add an extra layer of safety feature and versatility to the bag. Otherwise, I know you can get bag inserts from places like Samorga, so that is something that I would consider, getting a bag insert that has the loops that you can basically then thread a chain through. In terms of the styling of it, I mean, neutral goes with absolutely anything. I think for spring, summer, it will be great. In fact, even for winter, I think if I have like chunky knits like what I'm wearing now, this jumper dress and neutrals, I think it will go fantastically with it. I think that this, in terms of what it can fit, is obviously a smaller bag. So this will obviously be more of an evening bag, or, you know, if you're just popping out very quickly or for a little photo. But let's do the phone test. So we have an iPhone 14 Pro Max. So she fits comfortably lengthways and sideways. A wallet, at least a fat one like this Chanel one, I don't think, oh, I have been wrong by this. It has gone in. I'm going to attempt to put my Louis Vuitton key pouch in here. It fits. It fits like that, but obviously when it comes to looping the bag, it doesn't loop. But I think like the Louis Vuitton Capucines, you can basically have it the flap inside, and that would work. I have a packet of tissues here that can fit on the top, and that's probably about it if I was to take the key pouch out. And obviously if I want to close it properly, then I would probably take some cards out, put it in the pocket. Packet of tissues can fit in there. Maybe the Louis Vuitton key holder will go in, and then that closes. You could also fit some cards in the back pocket as well. There's some pocket compartments. You can get the bare essentials in there, probably a little bit more than some tiny bags. I'm not about that. You have to at least fit a phone. I will end this video here as I must finish packing for my trip. I am so over the moon with my purchase, and even more so the fact that I bought it remotely from a mall. They did an incredible job of sourcing this, but also maintaining this and sending it to me with such speedy shipping. I hope you love it just as much as I do. If you don't, whatever, but I enjoy it, and that's what matters. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one.